Have this feeling, haven't felt for so long. Took a hold on me and won't let go.
All right, we're diving right in. We are going to double this recipe. So we're going to need 2 cups of riced cauliflower, eggs, because I'm not a fan of egg beaters. There's a lot of extra stuff in it that I'm not a fan of. So we're just going to use eggs and some light cheese. This one comes from Trader Joe's. You can use whatever cheese you like. 1/4 cup of that. So, all right, like I said, we're doubling the recipe. So we are going to do 4 of these, which is 1/2 cup servings, which will give us 2 full cups of the cauliflower rice. Again, we're doubling the recipe. And then after we get the 2 cups of cauliflower rice into the bowl, I am going to go over to my eggs. I used 1 whole egg and 2 egg whites. That is equivalent to 1/2 cup, which we need, because remember, we're doubling the recipe. So 1/2 cup of liquid egg substitute, or the whole egg and the egg whites. I'm not a fan of the carrageenan and xanthan gum that they add, so I just rather use regular eggs. So there we go. So we're doubling it. So there's 1/2 cup of egg and egg white combination. And we're gonna need 1/4 cup of this cheese. So what I like to do, again, doubling it, is we're gonna use 2 servings. This I am gonna weigh out on the food scale. So 28 grams is equal to 1/4 cup. So since we're doubling, we're gonna do 56 grams of cheese on the food scale. And as you'll see in just a second, I'm putting the bowl on the food scale. I don't know what the difference between weighing the cauliflower in the bowl versus the cheese, but the cheese has the fat, so I'd rather weigh it out on the food scale. All right, so 56 grams going onto the food scale, and miraculously, I landed right on 56. It was like, I'm gonna go play the lottery today. All right, so we get our mixture. Now, you can add any type of seasoning to this at all, and you don't have to add any. But for me, guys, I'm going to show you what I'm adding. So the first thing here is oregano, which I love. Just going to eyeball this. I should have used a measuring spoon because these are technically condiments, but I'm not going to use that much. I grew up where we didn't measure anything. It was a pinch of this, a dash of that, and that's the way I cook typically. I don't think adding a tiny bit more of a seasoning is really going to make or break your progress. So using oregano, Italian seasoning, a little bit of red hot peppers. You don't have to do this, but I just wanted it seasoned, if that makes any sense. I do go on to make several of these just to have on hand, and in one of them I did add a little bit of onion powder as well. There's the garlic. All right, so on and so forth. I'm going to skip to the next scene. All right, it's time to mix. I'm using one of my little mini spatulas because the silicone allows nothing to stick to it. You could use a spoon. I just prefer this method, and I am really going to take my time to make sure that everything is mixed together very, very well. Knowing how the cheese is going to expand and melt and used as a binding agent combined with the egg, I really want it mixed really well, not just a little bit. I think I'm overdoing it, right? Nope, I'm definitely not. You're going to really want to take your time and do this the right way. All right, so to a lined cookie pan with parchment paper, I am spraying it with a little bit of the olive oil cooking spray. And as you can see, I did make a line down the center to separate the 2 portions, because remember, we doubled this recipe. So here it is, one side going in, and then I put the other side in, and I quickly realized it would be easier to just pour it all onto the cookie sheet and then make the line down the middle to separate it because of the way it was pouring out into the pan. Now, you could technically leave it as one big crust just like this, but then you'd have to cut it when it's cooked, or you may forget. So I just find it easy to just do it. Here it is, splitting it in half. And what you want to strive to do is make it as flat as you can, so that this way everything cooks evenly and you don't have any spots that may not get cooked as well. I am going to cook this in an oven of 375 degrees for about 30 minutes. I'm going to check it. At some point, I do want to flip it. And I don't know if I'm going to flip it halfway through or if I'm going to cook it for the full 30 minutes, flip it, and then just do it a couple of minutes after. We'll have to see. This is a new recipe for myself because, like I told you in one of my previous videos, I'm notorious for just buying things that companies make to make my life easier, even though I love to cook. So this was a nice test for myself. And guys, it's really simple. I mean, you can't get 3 ingredients and a couple of seasonings. I mean, it's just cake and it'll save you a lot of money. All right. So continuing to flatten this out, and then I'm going to show you in another pan. I did make a single serving. I did not double it, and I'm going to show you that on the cookie sheet, and then we'll get it into the oven. All right, so I made a round one for the third one. The round one is a single serving. The other cookie sheet was the 2 servings. So you can see how nice and thin I did this layer. And like I said earlier, the egg and the cheese will open apart and create that binding agent that you're going to need. So wish me luck. We are about to place this in a 375 degree oven. And again, it's going to cook for 30 minutes or so. We are almost at 375, kicked up pretty quickly, and we are just going to load that oven up. Here we go.
Have this feeling, haven't felt for so long. Took a hold on me and won't let go. I've been sleeping, caught me off my guard. Cause you're in my space and now I'm so hold me towards you and I cannot fight it. My head's underwater, I try to disguise it. Want you to hold me, though we haven't spoken. I need that something to get me to open. You are only a shot away from me to be my everything.
All right, so let's put this baby together. So we have one of the crusts. Here it is. It formed so well. For a condiment, I'm going to do some sugar-free honey Dijon, just a little tiny bit. It's about a tablespoon, maybe a little less. Now I'm going to spread it on my cauliflower crust here to give it some sauce. This looks really good. I kind of like the rectangular one because my plan is to roll it up like a taco. So let's check it out. I have my fixins over here. Here is 1 serving of lettuce, baby spring mix. That's a lot, but that's what it is on the food scale. 127.5 divided by 3 will give you 1 serving. Okay. Then we have 4.66 ounces, or according to Jess, we can round that up to 4.7 of shrimp. This is a shrimp taco, guys, for dinner. Lean and green. It's a really good treat, I think, and I'm really excited. And you could, let me check to see if we have to add a fat. All right, so I'm gonna add 1 of these, which will give you roughly 1 fat. So let's top it off with some avocado mash. And guys, I think we have a winner. What do you think? I think so. So there you have it. All right. I want to know who's going to try this out. I'm going to link Michelle's recipe to her channel so you can see how she did it, how she prepared it. Also, tell her I sent you over there. She's great. You'll love her channel. She's fairly new to making videos, so she would, I'm sure, appreciate a hello. And like I said, check out her channel. She's got some great stuff, good ideas, wonderful personality. I think you guys are really going to love her. All right. I will see you in my next video. Hope you liked the tutorial. Have a great day, guys. Love you. Bye.